All right, fifth grade. Happy Monday. Hope everybody had an awesome weekend. Coming to you today showing you something that we are going to do for every single day of the year, except Fridays. We're going to do this from now all the way until the end of the year, until you guys graduate into sixth grade. Okay? So, it's something that we do every day, but we do it differently every day. If that might be a little confusing right now, but I'm going to show you in a second, okay? This thing is called the article of the week. I'm going to find a news article, and we're going to kind of dissect it and look at it in different ways each day. So it's called Article of the Week. And so up here on this tab, it's called AOW for Article of the Week. There's no T in there for some reason. AOW, okay? Here's what it's always going to look like. Article of the Week, and there's different days. Okay, so there's day 1, day 2 is right here, day 3 is right here, and day 4 is right here. We're going to do something different every day. All right? So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about day 1. Day 1 is kind of the quickest. It's you might think of it as the simplest, but it is very important. So we're going to do two things. We're going to look at this article that I found. We're going to make 2 predictions of the article. We're not going to read it today. Okay, so on day 1 we don't actually read. In day 1 we make predictions. We put things that we're wondering. All right. So the article that I chose for us this week, I wanted to do something a little simple. Okay. Popcorn sales slide amid pandemic. Companies look for new markets. Now that sounds kind of intense. Maybe there's some words in there that don't make sense to you, and that's okay. There's a reason why I chose this one. It's a little bit of a higher reading level, but I'm going to do this one with you. All right, so we're going to get through this one together. So like I said, for day 1, if we look up here, what we're going to do is we're going to look for predictions, things that we're going to think maybe are in the article, maybe some things that we think they're going to talk about. Maybe we're going to talk about because pandemic means like sickness, so maybe they're going to talk about coronavirus, maybe they're going to talk about popcorn, obviously, right? And the 2 things that we're wondering for when we start to read this, actually. Okay. Now, like I said, we're not going to read today. We're going to read the title. We're going to look at the pictures, and then we're going to read the bold subtitles. Okay, this is going to tell us what's in each little section. Okay, so I've actually taken a little bit out of this article. I only wanted us to do half of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to read the title, we'll look at the pictures, and then we're going to read the subtitles. Okay, so I'm going to read the title one more time. I'm going to go through this the way you should go through this when I give you the article of the week by yourself in 2 weeks. Okay, we're going to do 2 weeks of practice. So here's what day 1 looks like. Here we go. I'm a 5th grade Mr. Lund. Popcorn sales slide amid pandemic. Companies look for new markets. Okay, so it's talking about popcorn and sales. That means they must be trying to sell popcorn maybe in this pandemic of the coronavirus. I'm guessing slide means like it's not doing very well, and companies are looking for new markets. I'm not sure what that means, but companies are looking for a new something. Okay, you see the picture. It looks like there's popcorn that's going to be there. I'm not going to read any of this here. These numbers I don't need to worry about yet. Okay, here's a subtitle. It's in bold. I'm going to read this. Blockbusters, comma, baseball boost popcorn sales. So my guess is that blockbusters, which I think are movies maybe, and then baseball looks like it's helping popcorn sell more. Okay, all right, so we're not going to read this here. Here's another one, another subtitle. Popcorn's ready, but customers aren't. Interesting. So it sounds like the popcorn is there, and like it could be bought, but the customers aren't buying it. That's interesting. Okay, so we get to skip this and skip this, and then that's it. We don't need to read anything else for today because that is day 1. All right. So after what I've read, these titles, these pictures, these subtitles, I'm going to go back up to day 1. All right. So we got predictions, 2 predictions, and 2 wonderings. So I have 1 prediction here. I predict that popcorn is being made, but not sold. Right? So my prediction is that the popcorn is actually being made, but nobody's buying it. All right? My other prediction is, and I want you to type these exactly as I have them. All right? This first week when we practice, it's so important that you just copy what I have so you understand kind of how it works. My second prediction that I have: movies and sport are selling popcorn. Okay, those are my 2 predictions, just like that. Okay, so I have my first prediction is that popcorn is being made but not sold. My other prediction is that movies and sports are selling popcorn. All right. And so when I finish my predictions, what I do is right here in this box. It's kind of not right next to predictions. Let me move that a little bit. Okay. So here in this box that is by predictions, I'm going to put an X because I'm done. I'm done with my predictions. Okay. Now, two things that I'm wondering. So my first thing is I wonder if the pandemic is COVID. Okay. I'm wondering if the pandemic that they're talking about is coronavirus or COVID or whatever. I'm wondering if that's what they mean. Okay, the other thing that I wonder, let's see. One more thing. I'm going to go back down here. I'm going to look back at the subtitles, see if there's anything else that I wonder. Actually, you know what? I'm in the title, we had a question about the word markets. So I'm going to say, I wonder what the phrase, I'm going to put a quotation mark because I don't know this phrase. And a quotation on the end. What the phrase new markets means. Okay. So I wonder if the pandemic is COVID, and I wonder what the phrase new markets, I wonder what that means. All right, those are my two wonderings. So I have two predictions today, and I have two wonderings. So that means day one, go down here, we're done with day one. All right, so this is what we're going to do on Mondays. Day one, two predictions, two wonderings, just looking at the most important, kind of the bigger parts of the article. All right, that is day one. Please let me know if you have any questions. That's what I want you to do today, by the way. This is what I want you to do on your article of the week.